Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are doing a blind reaction to the Undead Unluck opening. So we don't normally do opening reactions here, but last week I reacted to the first episode of Undead Unluck as a first impressions donation reward, actually. And because of that, we are going to check out the opening today because we heard the song at the end. The opening song was played at the end of the first episode, which I had already heard about. It just wasn't the full opening. It was just the song playing over some credits, which, as I said last time, is a thing that sometimes anime does. It's pretty normal, not really that big of a deal. But when I started to hear the song, I almost instantly recognized it as Queen Bee. Queen Bee is a band that is known for their gender-neutral singer, Avu-chan, and just the style, I guess you could say, that they showcase in their songs, both from a musical perspective and from the music videos with the actual fashion that they show within their within the videos. They're a very unique band, and Avu-chan has a noticeable voice. It's very easy to recognize their voice, especially with being as big of a fan of the Dororo opening as I am. I still stand by, it is one of the best anime openings, like, period, in terms of the music, the visuals, and how well they mesh together. But today we get to a new one. And I think this is the only other opening that Queen Bee has done. They've done two ending themes, one for Oshinoko and one for Chainsaw Man. But I don't think they've done another opening outside of Dororo. So it's going to be really interesting to see the song within the context of the opening, see how well it meshes with the visuals and everything. I'm very, very excited for this. And I kind of said it last time, but just to reiterate here again, my camera died. That's not what I said last time, but let me see if I could bring this back up. Maybe? Maybe not? My camera's been giving me some issues this morning. I don't know why. It's just been kind of out of nowhere. So, yeah. There I am. Hi. Did I accidentally shift the camera somehow? Because it's like over there now. Maybe that's why it happened. Maybe I accidentally kicked it and didn't realize. Anyway, I do plan to be continuing Undead Unluck as soon as I can, really. It's not going to be right away and everything, but this is one that I really do want to get back to, like, pretty quickly. The first episode was pretty interesting, pretty exciting, had a good premise, and I'm very excited to see where it ends up going. So, we're going to get this started. And hopefully the camera doesn't crap out on me during the reaction. Luckily, it's only a minute and a half long, so hopefully the camera will be able to hold out for that. Like I said, I've been having these issues this morning. This is the first thing I'm recording because I've been having these issues. Hopefully it doesn't persist. Hopefully it just, starts to behave itself and work. I really hope it's not like a sign of anything happening with the camera. Because it's like, I really don't have the money to spend on a new camera right now. I would really rather not have to do that. But, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes down. Either way, this is being redirected just because of copyright issues, because YouTube sucks in that regard. So this will be redirected despite the reaction being very short. The link to the video, to the actual reaction, is in the description below on 100 free. You can check it out there and then come back here to the redirect to resume. I normally give my whole spiel, but I don't want to give that and end up giving the camera more time. So again, to mess up again. So again, the link to the reaction is down in the description below. Check it out. Come back here, because after this fades black, fades back in, all of that at that point will be my afterthoughts. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So that just kind of ended really suddenly. It's one of those openings that just ends. It like no like proper like fade off or anything. It just stops. Which I think kind of works for this series. From again what we saw with the first episode and the plot and the ideas behind it. I actually think that kind of like fits it weirdly enough. I've seen this done for other shows, and it doesn't quite work as well. Oftentimes it can feel very just jarring when the opening just suddenly just ends like that. But again, with the series and the tone it seems to be going for, I think it works here. The visuals of the opening have a lot of like trippy imagery. There's like some, what are they called? Optical illusions featured in it, or things that look like, you know, classic optical illusions. Like one of the big optical illusions you think of are the stairs that go on forever, and you can't tell if they're going up or going down and whatnot. There's a similar shot in this of the two walking up/downstairs, but they're like, one is upside down walking like on a stairway above the other one, and it's like, again, trippy imagery, but it works really well for the series because of just the tone and style that this show seems to go for based off the first episode. The music, the song by Queen Bee, I would not say this is my favorite Queen Bee track, not compared to like Violence, which is the Chainsaw Man ending theme, or the opening for Dororo. Those ones are definitely much more high energy, which I feel like a high energy song could have been helpful for a series like this. And it's not like it's not like it's completely low energy, but it's kind of right in the middle. It just like it feels a little more standard compared to a lot of Queen Bee's work. Queen Bee's music, in my opinion, the best of it tends to be the stuff that goes wild. The stuff where Avu-chan really gets to work their vocals and just belt shit out. You know what I mean? The songs where it's a lot more restrained are good, but feel a lot more simple. And I just feel like there could have been, again, a little more energy, especially for a series like this. It's not bad, and it definitely fit with the visuals, because like the visuals were moving and changing and like flickering or whatnot in a way that matched the song, that matched the how the song was going at the time. So I will give it that. I will give it that. It's just personal preference, really, on what I like for Queen Bee's music. The visuals show not only the two main characters we already know, but multiple others that we have not met. Like there's this one woman with longer hair, and she puts on like this helmet. It's not one of those openings that you can discern a lot from. Like there's a couple things in there you might be able to analyze after you've seen more of the show. But when you're first seeing this opening, a lot of people will first see it when they're watching episode 2. When you're first seeing this opening, you only have like one episode and maybe a cold open behind your belt. I don't know how this is going to pace it with putting this into the second episode, but there's going to be a lot in here that's just not going to make sense until you learn more about this world and the characters. If you're a manga reader, you could probably pick out a lot. There's probably a lot that you could pick out and understand from this, a lot that you will be able to like get the symbolism of with the opening. For example, there's like a couple moments where like a bunch of images will flash really quickly on screen, like almost like a oh, what's it called? Subliminal messaging. It's like almost subliminal messaging kind of shit. Um, and there's very clearly shit within those visuals. It kind of reminds me of Gravity Falls, like at the end of the Gravity Falls opening, where it flashes really quick an image of Bill Cipher. Um, it kind of reminds me of that, except the big difference here is that there's more of that. It's not just like for one character. It's for, well, it seems to be like a couple of them. Um, this is going to be an interesting series. Like the opening, when openings get pretty artsy like this, I feel like the series ends up being pretty interesting, for good or for bad. Um, even some even some shows that I don't like personally can still have great openings and some pretty artsy ones too. I mean, you think of like some of the best anime openings out there, like Angel Beats. The Angel Beats opening is like fucking phenomenal. I don't personally like the anime. Eden of the East, another great example of that. Phenomenal opening, don't like the anime. And both of those kind of have a little bit of an artsy feel to them. Maybe not as much as this one. This one was more entirely focused on that, while the other two openings do a little more, classic anime opening stuff. But still, yeah, it's really interesting. Watching it again and everything will definitely give me some different views on it. I'll notice more. Um, and like I said, we're definitely going to continue this as soon as we can, as soon as I'm able to open up a slot for it, I guess, basically. But I'll probably have seen the opening plenty of times before that as well. I don't know when exactly we're going to get back to it, but I'm honestly even more excited to do so now. David Production is a good studio. I have faith that they'll be able to handle a series like this, based again on its tone and style and whatnot. And I'm just interested to see where it goes from here. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this opening down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.